And we're back.
Hey, we're back. It's Paul Reed and my Ed McMahon, Jason Crawford for another edition of Live Feed Reads. It
That's
is
it.
January 14th, 2022.
Yeah.
Unfreaking believable.
Believable.
Shout out to Ryan and Jacqueline, who are at Whitefish, Montana, currently probably skiing down a mountain, hopefully not breaking any body parts so they can come back to old Read and Read and keep 2022 rolling forward. All right, so last week we talked about the Florida U.S. Supreme Court hearing the case Friday on the vaccine mandates. They, as anticipated, ruled yesterday, I believe. And what's interesting is, number one, they ruled, I think, as everyone had anticipated, 6-3, being the 6 conservative judges appointed by Republican presidents against the 3 liberal or less conservative judges appointed by the Democrats, that the 100 employee mandate was overreach by the OSHA, the Occupational Health and Safety Administration, and that they did not have the authority to do so. Interestingly enough, what you haven't heard from the media is, oh, the Supreme Court is just, they're going to rule against, the conservatives are going to rule against Biden and the liberals and this, that, and the other. And you know why you haven't heard that? Because on the same decision or the same date on a different issue, the Supreme Court 5-4, meaning 2 of those conservative Republican justices sided with the 3 liberals, and in 5-4 said that the mandate for healthcare workers having to get vaccinated was constitutional, and it was within the what was the Department of Health and Safety. It was within their purview to issue that mandate. So
interesting.
Yeah, and so that's why I guarantee you, if it had been 6-3 both ways, all hell would have broke loose. In that, oh, look, this is how our country's going to go now. The 6-3 is always going to rule one way, i.e., how the conservatives want to, and they just didn't. You know, and really, if you read some of the, and of course these rulings are multiple pages, but the 6-3 ruling on the OSHA requirement, they said that COVID-19 can and does spread at home, in schools, during sporting events, and everywhere else that people gather. That kind of universal risk is no different from the day-to-day dangers that we face with crime, air pollution, and at all. There is no everyday exercise of federal power. It is instead a significant encroachment on the lives and health of a vast number of employees. Well, you know, God bless people. You do not want the federal government or any government encroaching into your private lives. It's just that simple. I'm not gonna harp on it. That should be common sense. I don't want the government telling me what to do, when to do, and how to do it. I want them to protect me with the military, build some roads like they're supposed to, and things of that nature. All right, so that having been said, I actually think that they did the right thing. The vaccine mandate was out. I mean, what, if you had 90 employees, it doesn't apply. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of arbitrary too. Like,
and then,
so if it's 99 or 90 employees, then they're not at risk.
I don't know.
But only the risk of the other. Yeah.
And then the healthcare, because a lot of your Medicare and Medicaid money is spent on nursing homes. And so I don't think it's unreasonable, personally, that you know, whether you get a vaccine or not, I guess that's and whether you want to work in those facilities. But you know, you have to protect the elderly. One thing that our country doesn't do very well and doesn't have a real history of. So they at least said that the Secretary of Health and Human Services does have that authority. Whether you agree or not, you know, at least it wasn't 6-3 and some kind of referendum on mask mandates. And in fact, the Supreme Court even said, hey, individual employers, they can still require vaccination. they can still require mask mandates.
Sure.
They can still require these things.
Yeah, that doesn't put,
and they
yeah,
said
on the
that
private.
states, they said, hey, look, states, you want to require it, you can. And so,
Sure.
you know, that's how it should come down. Federal
Agreed.
government, stay out of our lives. Do what
Yeah.
you need to do as the federal government. All right. That having been said, we're going to move on. I just said wanted to update because we talked about it last week, and I said we'd find out how they ruled, and that's how they did. Now,
Got you.
we're going to play a little game that I actually heard on the radio. I thought it was pretty good because young people, and we hired a new girl, Kelsey.
This is your appointment reminder.
Welcome to Read and Read. Hope she lives long and prospers here. And so I asked her what these 5 terms meant.
Okay.
She knew 0, and it was funny.
Oh no.
Kelsey's in her 20s, and
okay.
You're 38, so I'm like, I don't know.
You said that out loud.
Gonna know what these are. So
we'll find out.
There's an Aerosmith song, and
I love Aerosmith.
And in the song, it says the rabbit done died. You can't catch me because the rabbit done died. You know.
Okay.
What does that mean? You can't catch me. That one's not it. The rabbit done died.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. That's interesting.
The girl's pregnant.
Oh.
Because I guess back in the day, they would inject a rabbit with, I don't know what, maybe your urine or something. And if the rabbit died, the woman was pregnant or something. But that's what that means. You can't catch me because the rabbit done died.
Jeez.
She's pregnant and I'm out of here. All right. So,
there you go. Live in an elevator. Live in an elevator. Right.
Do you know what bats in the belfry mean?
Yeah, crazy.
Jason gets ding, ding, ding on that one.
Well, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I guess so.
How about sawbones?
Small bones? Like a skinny.
S-A-W.
Oh, sawbones. I don't know, like awkward.
That would be a doctor because back in the Civil War, they would saw your bones.
Old sawbones.
And they would say, "Oh my God, old sawbones is coming."
So you're talking like Civil War type old sawbones.
It's still used in the song. What's the country? Hank Williams. You know, old sawbones. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, that goes back to cowboys. Like Civil War cowboy times.
How about long in the tooth?
Long and old.
All right.
Definitely
ding,
old.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And then as the crow flies.
That would be it's like the shortest distance between 2 points.
Yeah, a direct flight. And what that means is, I'll give you an example. Mom lives in Melbourne Beach, okay, and her home is inland a little bit, but for hurricane purposes, as the crow flies, she's probably less than a quarter mile from the beach.
Okay, yeah.
But if you have to drive, of course you got to go down the road, hang a left, and it might be a couple of miles.
Right.
A category 1, 2, 3, or 4
it's
hurricane.
It's gonna get there much faster because it ain't worried about roads.
Where that is as the crow flies, not I got to tool around the beach. And,
That's right.
It's 20 minutes away.
Right.
All right. Well, you got the.
That's interesting. I think long in the tooth comes from it's like rats, isn't it? Because the
older
they get.
I think it's horses. As horses get older, their teeth grow, and they say it's long in the tooth, and this horse might be ready for pasture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it had to do with the rodents, but because their teeth always grow.
And then, all right, so we're gonna do that. And look, someone gave us this, and so this is gonna take us out here.
Oh, okay. Why is he holding them down?
I don't know. I didn't make the darn thing.
Where'd you get that?
Oh,
jeez.
All righty, people. We may use that to take us out from here on out. All right. Well, it's Friday, about 1:15, give or take.
Yep.
We will see you next week. Be safe, be happy, be prosperous. Go to church. Thank the Lord, and Jason and I are out.
All right. See ya.